Hello, welcome to Lil's Vintage World. This video is a book review of Keeping Up Appearances by Rose Macaulay. This book was first published in 1928 but has recently been republished by the British Library as part of their British Library Women Writers series, and the British Library very kindly sent me a copy for review. So thank you, British Library, for sending me this book, because as I'm sure you know, I absolutely love and adore this series so much. Now, this is not the first Rose Macaulay to be republished by the British Library. They did also republish Dangerous Ages. This one I wasn't sent for review, this one I purchased myself and have spoken about before, and I really enjoyed it. And because I really enjoyed it, I was really looking forward to Keeping Up Appearances. I have also read another Rose Macaulay. I read Crew Train, and I do have a couple more of her books sat on my shelves to get to at some point too. But because I really enjoyed this one, I thought I'm really going to enjoy this one. I very much trust the picks that have been picked by the people behind British Library, because they're always so good. So what is Keeping Up Appearances about? The book is firstly set abroad, and we meet Daisy and Daphne. So Daisy is 30 and she's quite sensible, more shy, very much in on herself, whereas Daphne is 25, she's the younger sister, and she is very effervescent. She's much more confident in herself and portrays herself as much more confident as well. And there's 5 years between them. They are half sisters and they are both writers, journalists, and they're living with the family abroad. And then something happens involving an animal. Don't worry, the animal wasn't hurt. But something happens involving an animal, which means that the girls need to come back home, and then they come home, and then the rest of the book is set in England. And both Daisy and Daphne end up falling for the same person. So it's got a bit of a romance twist in there as well. And something that you will love, because we love books here, there is a writer in here as well. Because who doesn't love a book about books? There is a big twist in the middle, which I don't want to say what happens because I don't want to spoil anything for you, but just to let you know that there is quite a big plot twist in the middle that will change the whole perception of what you know about the book already and the future of the novel too. I really enjoyed this book. It's a book about identity and the self, and it actually really made me think back to my university days. So for my undergrad, I studied sociology, and it's sociology. We did a module on like me, myself and I, and the self and identity, and it really got me thinking like sociological theories behind it, which was quite interesting. But I did really, it's so hard to say without talking about the twist, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the twist. I liked what the book is about. I liked the romance side of it as well, and I like how vivid these characters all were. If you know the twist, you know what I mean. And I have to say, I do just really enjoy Rose Macaulay. Rose Macaulay, I feel like she's, you know, you kind of get like middlebrow literature and highbrow. I feel like she's somewhere like on that line, like on that cusp between middle and highbrow literature. Like when I read her books, I have to concentrate similar to that if I was reading like a Jane Austen. I do think she's a bit Jane Austen-y because she's very witty and very sharp, and I feel like her sentences often have like multiple layers to them if you really break them down. I have to read Rose Macaulay in complete silence like I do Jane Austen, not because she's hard to read, but because I really want to delve into the meaning of what she is trying to say. And as I said, I think there's multiple layers to her sentences. So sometimes you read it and you're like, oh, that's quite funny. But then actually, if you reread it, you're like, oh, that can be quite cutting, or that can be, you know, whatever. I think there's different strands to what she's trying to say, and I really enjoy that. I do also want to say that Rose Macaulay is someone that when I read, I do feel like I've achieved something. Not because she's hard to read, she's not hard to read at all, but because I do tend to read a lot of books that are just like easy to whip through. And she's not, for me, as easy to whip through. So I always feel like I've achieved something because, you know, the size of this book, it's not ridiculously huge. I mean, it's 250 pages, but this will take me a little while to read, whether as you know, if I was whipping through it, I could get it through in a day or two, but this takes me a bit longer. But that's just because I want to soak in her writing, and I do, and I absolutely love it. And I'm always so disappointed to know that people like Rose Macaulay are so underread, and I feel like she's still very underread, but hopefully with the likes of the British Library republishing her work, hopefully more people will come to her and read her, because she is just absolutely fantastic and I think she's wonderful. And I love this book, highly recommend it, 4 stars all round. It's great, really enjoyed it, so good, highly recommend it. So that is it for my review for Keeper of Appearances by Rose Macaulay. If you want to get your hands on this, or Dangerous Ages by Rose Macaulay, or the book that was published at the same time as Keeping Appearances, which is Strange Journey, which I've already done a review of. If you want to get your hands on any of these, or of course any other titles in the British Library Room Writers series, the top line description box will be the British Library shop, which is fabulous. They don't just sell books, they sell a whole range of different goodies. I have spent many an hour perusing their shop and it's wonderful. I'll leave their link. Did you hear that bark? I will leave, Puppy agrees, I will leave their link in the top line of the description box for you. So that is it for this review. I hope you enjoyed it. In the comment section, please chat to me. I love talking to you. Have you read Keeping Up Appearances yet? Is it on your wish list? Is it sat on your bookshelf ready to be read? What do you think of Rose Macaulay? Have you read Dangerous Ages? Have you picked up the other book in the series yet that has been the recent release? Let me know. And just generally chat to me all things British Library Room Writers. You know how much I love this series. I need to rearrange my bookshelves actually to fit them all on. And I can't wait to see what they come out with next. So that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Take care and I shall see you soon for the next one. Bye for now.